delayed. As promised, here is the 42 meal plan that I had. So you can save this Excel to your own device and then make changes as you'd like. You can just come up here and double click it. It highlights the whole screen, and then you can copy it and then just paste it right into another Excel spreadsheet and save it and tweak it however you like in case there's an ingredient in this recipe that you don't like. So basically it reads as the name, the number of servings, the ingredients, the measurements for one recipe. And keep in mind, one recipe was equivalent to 1 gallon-sized Ziploc bag. And then here's the batch list if you'd like to batch it. So just to show you, the first one up is the pork shoulder. That was about 6 servings. So the way you're going to read it is it's the pork shoulder, and for one recipe, if you only want to make it once, it's 2 pounds. If you want to batch it and make 6 of them like I did, you're going to need 12 pounds. Same thing with the onion that's going to be diced. You need 1 whole onion to make it 1 time, or 6 whole onions to make it 6 times. So as you read it, you're going to read it from left to right to prep it once, and then from right to left if you're trying to prep it twice. Going to move on down to the honey garlic chicken. This is only 4 servings, so for chicken breast, you're going to need 3 chicken breasts. And if you want to batch it and make 6 of them, you're going to need 18 chicken breasts. Cloves of garlic, 3 cloves, or you're going to need 18 cloves. So just reading it back and forth. For the Hawaiian meatballs, it was a serving of 6. So for the meatballs, to make 1 batch, you're going to need 48 meatballs, or if you want to do the 6 batches, you're going to need 288 meatballs to make it. Again, brown sugar, 1 cup. If you're going to batch it, 6 cups. So this is all just set up on the 6 recipe batch because that's how I made it. So this is what I used, and this is how it's set up. Same thing, chicken fajitas, 4 servings, sausage and pierogi, 4 servings. Again, pierogies, either 32 ounces or 192 ounces, depending on how you're going to do this. The nacho chicken was 4 servings. The beef stroganoff was 8 servings. So ground beef, you need 2 pounds or you need 12 pounds to do the batch of 6. Again, this is set up as the batch of 6 because it's what I already did. You would have to split it in half if you only wanted to do a batch of 3, or if you wanted to do a batch of 2, you can double this. If you're good with formulas right here, it is basically this column right here times 6. So if you really only wanted to do a batch of 3, you can put 3 there, and as you see, it's going to change it to what it needs to be. So you can alter this if you know how. You can play around with it once you save it for your own. You can do whatever you want to it to figure it out. The only thing that isn't going to update is your shopping list. So down here, I also have the shopping list attached, and I have it divided into categories. So if you change it and decide to only do 4 servings of everything or 3 servings of everything, you're going to have to manually change your shopping list because this is set up for the 6-meal batch prep. So if you also only want to make it once, this list isn't going to help you. So for the 288 meatballs, I did want to notate that is 2 bags of the Italian meatballs from Costco. So if you're going to Costco, you need 2 bags. If you're buying it anywhere else, you need 288 meatballs. Here's the 12 pounds of pork shoulders, the 54 chicken breasts, the 12 pounds of ground beef, and 6 kielbasa. I didn't put a weight because obviously those are served in the individual like vacuum sealed package. So basically 1 whole kielbasa goes in each bag. I needed 18 onions, 9 red bell pepper, 3 green. Again, if you don't like green bell pepper, you can make them all red. You can do yellow and orange, whatever works for you. This is just the recipe that I just followed. So it breaks down your produce and dairy, and then when you go to the pantry, 4 cups of soy sauce, 3 cups of ketchup, like it breaks it all down. 6 20-ounce cans of diced pineapple. You'll need this for the meatball recipe. And then here's all the seasonings. It breaks it all down. So what I did before I went shopping is like this is the full list, but I was able to take off garlic powder. I always have that on hand, black pepper, basil, salt. Like there were so many things I was able to just take out of the list because I have a lot of it on hand. But I did need to buy some more stuff, like the big thing of taco seasoning I bought at Costco instead of buying the individual little packets because they're like $1 or 75 cents a piece per packet. So instead of buying, 6 packets that are only going to last me that one meal, I bought the big giant taco seasoning mix at Costco, and I think it was like $6. And I barely put a dent in it, so I'll have it for future use. And then basically here's the list. So you want to just take off things you already have. Again, if you don't want to do the 42 meals, the shopping list isn't going to help you because it is set up for a batch of 6 for each recipe. But this just works for us and our family. I have said in previous videos on TikTok that I'm going to start also batching smaller meals. I have one I'm doing this coming up week where I'm going to batch 3, and it's only a serving of 2. And I'm doing that because I know some people don't have families. They want to know how to cook for just themselves. Some people also let me know that they have smaller freezers. So I'm just showing that like you can just make 3 of something and make it in little servings of 2. Even if you have a small freezer, you don't have to meal prep this and make freezer meals to last 42 days. You can just do it where it lasts you maybe 2 weeks, and maybe you're only doing it for 3 nights a week. So 2 weeks times 3, that's only 6. I mean, you should have room in your freezer for 6 Ziploc bags. If you don't, I don't know what all is in your freezer. But that way, you know, maybe you go out, maybe you go over to family, but at least 3 nights a week you can have something to cook for yourself. You can also have leftovers by like 1 meal if you don't mind. The recipe I'm going to make this week, it's a serving of 2. But if you're a single person, then you can make it for dinner and then have it for lunch the next day, or have it again for dinner the next day, so you're only eating leftovers one time. And it just helps alleviate the stress of cooking every day. I hope you found this useful. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to drop them below and I will respond. Thank you.